Hi, this is a quick tutorial about how to use 3ds Max to make an animation. So here, we will just use this one, the geometry, to create 4 different objects. We will just zoom out a little bit and create a box here, and create a sphere here, and then create a pyramid here, and create another cylinder here. Okay, so what we will do is just connect all these 4 objects together to use particle flows to show how this particle just moves in from this point to the 4th point. So what we'll need to do here is just click here, select the particle systems, and we'll click PF source, and then we will just make a shape like this, and we could scroll this trackball like this, and we can say the particle just flow just in this direction. So what we'll need to do is just click the particle wheel. Because we don't need this one, the position icon is not necessary, so we will just right click here and delete this one, and then we will just drag the position object into this box. Okay, now we will click the position object, and we will scroll the track bar, and we can say the particle just flow like this. So we will just click add and click here, and then we can say the particle just flow from this box. Okay, and then because we need to connect all these 4 objects together, so we just need to find a target and click here, find target and drag it into this box, and then we'll just click the find target and select this one, the mesh objects. We will click here and add, and then we will add this sphere, and we scroll this trackbar, and we can say the particles just flows from the box to the sphere. Okay, and then we will select another, connect this one to the whole system, so we just click the find target as well and drag it into this box, but this time because it's a separate one, so we don't need to drag it into this box, it's just being a independent one, so we just move it in with this and click find target and select the mesh objects and add this pyramid here. And then we scroll this trackbar, but we cannot say it connects together because we haven't connected this one to this one. So we just drag here and drag here. And this one, this time we will say the particle just flows to the pyramid. Okay, so for the last step, we just find another target here and drag it into this box, and then we just click find target and select mesh objects, and we add this cylinder here, and then we just connect these to this, and then we will scroll this track bar, and we can see all the particles just flow like this. Okay, so because this geometry, this display is text, so we want to change it to the geometry, so we just click here display and select this one types to the geometry, and we can say now it's just very clear geometry just flows, but it's too big, so we want to change the shape as well. So we just change the size to 5, and we can change the color to the pink and click OK. And this one, it's just like this. Okay, so we will change this place as well to the geometry, and this to the geometry as well. Okay, so this time when we scroll this, we can say the particles just flow like this. Okay, so now we can just close this one and zoom out a little bit and say the whole process of these particle flows. Okay, because this stage is for the light pink and this is for the pink, and we can change this to the darker pink as well. So we just click PF source and click particle view and change this to darker one and click OK. And then we will say the particle just gradually flow from the first point to the fourth point. Okay, so now we will just make an animation. So we click here, the renderings here, and select this one, the render setup. And for another point that I want to talk about is about this track bar, because the time is limited. It's just about 100 times, so we can just click here the time configuration and change it into 200 in this animation box here and click OK. And this one we can say the whole system, how this particle flows. Okay, just back to the render setup. We will just click here the time output. We can just select the range, and the time is just depends on our preference, so we can change it to 100. And then we will just here click here the output size to the HDTV and click this one for the highest qualification to the 9020 plus 1080. Okay, and then we will just scroll this a little bit and find the files, and we will just save it in the desktop and save it as animation particle and click save. And we will just save this format as AVI and click save and click OK here. And then we can just render these systems and to say the final result. Okay, so all the renders has completed, so we can just say the animation. So we just click here the animation particle, and this is how the animation just could make in the 3ds Max, which is very easy and pretty useful.